Hello, and welcome back to the world of assassination and the subscriber contracts. And today's contract, Miami Heat, set in Miami. And the contract ID is on the screen now for anyone who wishes to have a crack at it, and has been supplied to us today courtesy of Paul Anderson, 37. So on to our briefing. A day at the races in Miami is on one of the hottest days of the year. Let's make the sweat. So moving on to our targets, and today we have 5 of them. 1 must be eliminated as the Kowloon mechanic in an accident explosion, and 4 must be eliminated as the Kronstadt security, 2 via sniping rifle, 1 via a full accident, and 1 via an explosive device. We also have only 1 exit available. We must only get headshots, we can only eliminate our targets, no bodies can be found excluding accidents and poisons, and we cannot be recorded as our objectives. So for today's challenge, we'll be starting as the Kowloon mechanic. We're going to have a sniping rifle stored up in the Kronstadt storage area, and we'll be bringing with us a breaching charge and the exploding Christmas gift, along with our silenced pistol. So right from the start and off the bat, if we head straight out of the rear of the pits here, we will encounter our very first target, who is just leaving. So we're just going to place our breaching charge on this propane cylinder here and move ourselves a safe distance away, as there is a number of enforcers wandering around. And we're just going to wait for our target to return before we detonate the breaching charge. So 1 flying lesson given out for absolutely free, and we can now move on. And we're going to head around to the storage area, and we're going to retrieve our sniping rifle. Now there is a waiter just off to our left, so we're going to crouch down as we get close, retrieve our sniping rifle, and then we're going to head for the medical center. And just over by the Pink Hotel, if we give the medical center a nice wide berth, we will find a crowbar. That's going to come in very handy. So we're going to make our way from here around to the back of the Pink Hotel, and our next target, who is currently enjoying probably the best job in Miami at the time, which is to guard the roof completely alone, so he has plenty of time to catch up on his shut-eye. So we're just going to bust our way through the door here, make our way up to the roof, and once we get up here we will locate our target fast asleep in a chair and getting paid rather well for it. So we're going to quickly render him unconscious with our crowbar. We'll drop our sniping rifle here. We're going to retrieve our crowbar, as we do still need that. We're going to take the guard's outfit, as we also need that. Then we're going to retrieve our sniping rifle and making sure we get a headshot. I wonder if the eye counts, but there we go. So that's 2 targets taken care of. Just going to replace our sniping rifle, retrieve our briefcase, and we now have the long trek all the way across the map to the harbour. We're going to use the rear of the hotel to avoid any enforcers, and we're going to make our way straight up and over the overpass across the track, and then down the other side, which will lead us to the marine area, or the bay area, or the pier, or whatever you want to call it. So once we're out at the far end, we're just going to run all the way over to the harbour area, pier area, whatever you want to call it, and we encounter our next target, who is the explosive device target. So we're going to place our Christmas gift just behind him on the floor. And as you can see on instinct, there is a gentleman up there leaning on the railing. And we're going to wait for him to turn around before detonating our explosive device and giving our second free flying lesson of the day. So that's going to cause a fair bit of panic, and our 2 remaining targets will also be in this area, but we can't really do very much at the moment until everyone goes back to their usual routines. So we're going to make our way to the boathouse, smash our way through the door, retrieve the speedboat keys, as that is our one and only exit, and we can now prepare for our next target, who should be around here somewhere. Let's see. Now, he is a guard, so we need to avoid those 2 people there. So the guard will stop right there. There he is. We're going to drop our briefcase somewhere in his path, and as he moves along, hopefully he will spot that, although in some of my practice runs I had to drop this in front of him multiple times and throw the crowbar to get his attention, otherwise he sometimes just completely ignores it. But for today's attempt, he has spotted the lone briefcase in the middle of the path, and he is going to take that to the security office in the underground car park, and we're just going to run ahead of him and get into position for when he finally arrives. He is in no hurry. He's probably on minimum wage, so I wouldn't hurry either. So once he gets into the security room, we're going to render him unconscious with our crowbar. We're going to grab back our sniping rifle and retrieve it from the briefcase, and we can then eliminate our target with a shot to the head at our leisure. Now, while we're here, we may as well just take out the surveillance system, although it's not really going to be an issue. So we're just going to shoot the surveillance system, close the door. We want to retrieve our briefcase, not the sniping rifle, that can remain here. And we're going to head back to the harbour area for our final target. And this is where things will get a little bit sketchy. In all of my attempts up to this recording, I have failed to get a silent assassin rating, as someone always seems to spot me, and it is various different people, starting with this guard right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to systematically remove everyone in the area, starting obviously with this guard. So we're just going to render him unconscious from a distance with our briefcase. We're going to hide him just by this flower bed right here. No one will find him. We're going to retrieve our briefcase, and we're going to use that as a distraction for our next victim. And the next victim will be our target's colleague, who is a jogger. Now, our target should be coming this way any time now. I'm just making sure she's not here already, and she isn't. That gentleman you can see up in the memorial will have to go as well at some point, but just for the now, we're gonna wait the arrival of our jogger friend here, and once he gets to that gate, we can render him unconscious, and we're gonna quickly hide his body over the railings leading to the overpass. So that's 2 out of our way. There are 4 in total we need to remove, and the next will be this gentleman ahead of us. There is our target heading this way, so unfortunately we are going to have to wait a little bit. Now this gentleman will move out of our way, so if we are lucky, we might be able to get our target. This is where things usually go wrong, because that gentleman up in the memorial is heading straight over here just as our target arrives. So opportunity is here, but we're not going to take it, as we will get spotted. So we're going to let our target wander off and go through their routine one more time, and we're going to remove the gentleman here sitting at the bench because he will return to the memorial and get in our way. So we're just going to throw our briefcase against the wall there. That will get his attention, and when he comes to investigate, we can remove him from the equation, and we're going to hide him with the jogger just over by the overpass. And it's at this point where we have two options available to us. There is one more person we need to remove, but if timing works in our favor, they will not be an issue. So we're going to retrieve our briefcase once again, make our way towards the harbour, and there is our final victim, and he is making his way down to the harbour as well. So if he remains down here while our target returns, we will not have to remove him from the equation, which he has done. So our target is the young lady jogging along behind us here, and as the gentleman is down at the harbour reading his magazine, we are free and clear to render our target unconscious and quickly launch her over the balcony into the Atlantic. And if the gentleman reading the paper does return to the memorial, as you can see he's heading that way now, you will have to remove him. We're using the briefcase as a distraction as we did with the others. Luckily enough, that didn't happen this time, and out of all of my runs through this contract, we actually get the Silent Assassin rating. And then we just get confirmation the targets have been eliminated according to plan. We met all of our objectives, and most importantly of all, no one spotted us, so we get our Silent Assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.